The jury was sent home until next Tuesday when closing arguments are expected to take place. After that, Trump's fate will be in their hands.
Let's get right to Fox 5's Arthur Chan live outside the courthouse in Lower Manhattan with the very latest. Arthur.
Natasha, Steve, it's all about jury instructions right now. This is how a judge keeps a jury focused, by telling them which decisions they have to make in order to reach a verdict. Sometimes jury instructions can be straightforward, but in a case like this that has a lot of nuances, it has not been simple, and lawyers for both sides this afternoon have been arguing down to individual words Judge Merchan will use to give the jury its instructions. But either way, we have entered the final stages of this trial. The defense rested after calling just 2 witnesses to the stand and not calling Donald Trump to testify in his own criminal trial. The former president ignoring questions from reporters asking why he chose not to take the stand.
Mr. Trump, I won't testify.
Before the defense wrapped up their case, prosecutors continued their cross-examination of lawyer Robert Costello, who tried to represent Michael Cohen in 2018 as the feds were closing in. Cohen never signed a retainer or paid Costello, concerned that Costello's close ties to Trump and Rudy Giuliani meant his best interest would take a back seat. Jurors listened intently today as prosecutor Susan Hoffinger confronted Costello over an email in which he wrote his mission was to, quote, get Cohen on the right page without giving him the appearance that we are following instructions from Giuliani or the president.
We have a judge that's extremely, let's say, complicated, but let's also say conflicted.
Meanwhile, it's unclear how jurors are processing the entourage of Republican politicians who come and sit behind Trump in court each day. After jurors were released this morning, they filed out, walking past the former president, none of them making eye contact. The 5 women and 7 men will begin deliberations next week to see if prosecutors have proven their case that Trump falsified documents to cover up paying adult film actress Stormy Daniels $130,000 not to go public with information that would have affected the outcome of the 2016 election. Trump denies any wrongdoing, including having ever had sex with Daniels. Legal experts say jury instructions are now the key to this case as Judge Juan Merchan decides how he'll explain to the jury what they have to agree on in order to reach a verdict. Demonstrating the complexity here, while hush money payments are legal, prosecutors have to prove the cover-up was to conceal or commit a second crime, in this case, election interference.
It's not a simple, straightforward robbery case, for example. It has nuances, it has aspect of election law, it has aspect of falsifying business records, and the jury are going to have that complicated jury instruction before them.
Now, because Judge Merchan didn't want the jurors to hear closing statements, then leave for a long holiday weekend, he instead pushed it to Tuesday. That's when closing statements will now take place, when the jurors all come back. The judge then intends to give the jury its instructions on Wednesday morning, and he hopes to have them start deliberations then and there. We're live at the criminal courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Arthur Chan, Fox 5 News. Natasha, back to you.
All right, Arthur, thank you so much.